All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Sarabjit Kaur. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to transfer 10th installment of PM Kisan scheme to the bank accounts of more than 10 crore farmers today. Registration for COVID vaccination of children between 15 and 18 years to begin today on CoWIN portal. India's vaccination coverage crosses 145 crore mark. At least 12 people killed and about 13 injured in a stampede at Mata Vaishno Devi Bhavan near Katra in Jammu and Kashmir. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan to launch 100-day reading campaign Pare Bharat today. Drdo celebrates its 64th Foundation Day today. New Year celebrations remain subdued across the globe amid concern over COVID. And in cricket, India lift Under-19 Asia Cup, beating Sri Lanka by 9 wickets in Dubai. As India marches towards administering 150 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, news about the new corona variant is a cause of concern. In this situation, we appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and help others get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will release 10th installment of financial benefit under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme at 12:30 p.m. today through video conferencing. Mr. Modi said more than 20,000 crore rupees will be transferred to more than 10 crore farmer families. In a tweet, Prime Minister said the first day of the new year 2022 will be dedicated to the Annadata of the country. Under the PM Kisan scheme, financial benefit of 6,000 rupees per year is provided to the eligible family of farmer. The amount has been transferred in 3 installments of 2,000 rupees. The fund is transferred directly to the bank accounts of the beneficiaries. So far, over 1,60,000 crore rupees have been transferred to farmers' families. Mr. Modi will also release equity grant of more than 14 crore rupees to about 351 farmer producer organizations, FPOs, which will benefit more than 1,24,000 farmers. The Prime Minister will interact with FPOs during the event and will also address the nation. Union Agriculture Minister will also be present at the occasion. Children between 15 and 18 years can register online on CoWIN portal from today to receive co-vaccine shots from Monday. To register on the CoWIN site, children can use their school IDs or Aadhaar. 6 to 7 crore children in the 15 to 18 age bracket will be eligible to receive co-vaccine. Healthcare and frontline workers and citizens aged 60 and above with comorbidities will be able to access vaccination for the precaution dose through the existing CoWIN account. The CoWIN system will send an SMS to eligible persons for availing the precaution dose when it becomes due. Administration of booster dose for healthcare and frontline workers and citizens aged 60 and above with comorbidities will begin from the 10th of this month. National Health Authority Chief Executive Dr. R.S. Sharma said the 60 and above recipients will have to mention their comorbidity on the portal while registering and need to produce a certificate from a registered doctor at the vaccination site. Nearly 3 crore healthcare and frontline workers are expected to be eligible in January to get the booster dose of the COVID vaccine, which will be administered with a gap of 9 months after the second dose. Dr. Sharma said,
हमारे फ्रंट लाइन वर्कर्स और हेल्थ वर्कर्स हैं, उनके लिए भी अगर उनका दोनों टीके लग चुके हैं और 9 महीने पूरा हो चुके हैं, तब वो एलिजिबल हो जाते हैं प्रिकॉशनरी डोज के लिए। तो ये कार्यक्रम भी 10 जनवरी से प्रारंभ होगा। तो उसके लिए उनको रजिस्ट्रेशन कराने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो सीधा अपने केंद्र पे जा सकते हैं।
Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandviya has urged the family members of children aged between 15 to 18 years to register for the vaccination of their children. In a tweet today, Mr. Mandviya said, if the children are safe, then the future of the country is safe. He said on the occasion of New Year, registration is being started on CoWIN portal for COVID-19 vaccination of children from today. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 145 crore mark. Out of the total vaccination, more than 84 crore 46 lakh vaccine doses have been given as the first dose, while over 60 crore 62 lakh doses have been administered as the second dose. The Union Health Ministry said more than 52 lakh vaccine doses were administered yesterday. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, the centre has been supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. The tour of Rashtrapati Bhavan and Rashtrapati Bhavan Museum for the general public will remain closed from today till further notice. In a statement, the President's Secretariat said the decision has been taken as a precautionary measure against the spread of COVID-19. The change of guard ceremony will also not take place till further notice.
COVID-19 cases are continuously rising in Delhi amid increase in number of cases of Omicron variant of coronavirus. A total of 1,796 fresh COVID cases were reported in the city yesterday. As per the Health Bulletin of Delhi, COVID positivity rate has crossed 2% mark and currently stands at 2.44%. Yesterday, over 467 COVID patients were recovered and discharged. The Tamil Nadu government has extended the lockdown till the 10th of January. Play schools, nursery schools and classes 1 to 8 will not be reopened till then. Exhibitions and book fairs will be postponed. Malls, theatres, showrooms, textile shops and restaurants will function with 50% capacity. The restrictions on social, cultural and political meetings will continue. A maximum of only 100 people will be allowed for marriages and 50 people for funerals. Micromanagement will be followed to check the spread of infection in containment zones.
Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh has said that telemedicine technology is going to be the main pillar of India's future healthcare system. He was launching the Tele-Digital Healthcare Pilot Program at BHU in Varanasi yesterday. Dr. Jitendra Singh said innovative healthcare solutions like telemedicine could help India save between $4 to $5 billion every year and replace half of in-person outpatient consultations. The minister said Prime Minister Narendra Modi's digital health mission is the next frontier to ensure healthcare delivery is accessible, available and affordable to all, particularly the poor living in rural and inaccessible terrain. In Jammu and Kashmir, at least 12 people were killed and about 13 injured in a stampede at Mata Vaishno Devi Bhavan near Katra this morning. Rescue operations are underway. J&K DGP Dilbag Singh said that the incident occurred around 2:45 a.m. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said that the injured have been admitted to Shri Mata Vaishno Devi Narayan Hospital for treatment.
हम देख रहे हैं कि अगर आवश्यकता हुई उनको बाहर शिफ्ट करने की तो उसकी भी व्यवस्था की जाएगी उसी की अनुकूलता से। अभी लेकिन कहा जा रहा है कि यहीं पर इलाज संभव हो जाएगा। कॉम्पनसेशन की घोषणा यूटी प्रशासन की ओर से भी की गई है, केंद्र की ओर से भी पूरी तरह से सहायता दी जा रही है। शायद ये अनुमान से अधिक रश होने की वजह से, और ये घटना भी उसी समय प्रारंभ हुई। कुछ एक नौजवान खड़े थे गेट नंबर 3 पर, उसी बातचीत में उनके किसी को एक को धक्का लगा या लगाया गया तो भीड़ इतनी थी कि वन थिंग लेड टू दी अदर, दूसरों को लगा और वो पैरिंग में सब घबराहट में भागने लग गए इधर उधर। ये लगभग 2 और 2:30 बजे के बीच का समय था सुबह।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed sadness over the loss of lives due to a stampede at Mata Vaishno Devi Bhavan. Mr. Modi has paid condolences to the bereaved families and wished for the recovery of the injured. Prime Minister has spoken to Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir Manoj Sinha, Union Science and Technology Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh and Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityanand Rai and taken stock of the situation. An ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees each from Prime Minister National Relief Fund would be given to the next of kin of those who lost their lives due to the stampede at Mata Vaishno Devi Bhavan. The injured would be given 50,000 rupees. Home Minister Amit Shah has expressed grief over the death of people due to a stampede at Mata Vaishno Devi Temple. In a tweet, Mr. Shah said his heart is deeply pained by the tragic accident at Mata Vaishno Devi Temple. Mr. Shah has spoken to the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha. He said the administration is working continuously to provide treatment to the injured. He expressed his condolences to the families of those who lost their lives in the accident. Shri Mata Vaishno Devi Shrine Board has issued helpline numbers. These are 01991 234 804 and 01991 234 053. The other helpline numbers are PCR Katra 01991 232010 and 94191 45182. PCR SI 01991 45076 and 9622 856 295. DC Office Control Room 01991 245 763 and 941 983 9557.
Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan will launch 100-day reading campaign Pade Bharat today. The reading campaign aims to have participation of all stakeholders at the national and state level, including children, teachers, parents, community and educational administrators. The campaign marks an important step to improve learning levels of students as it develops creativity, critical thinking, vocabulary and the ability to express both verbally and in writing. It will help children to relate to the surroundings and real-life situation. The Defence Research and Development Organization DRDO is celebrating its 64th Foundation Day today. It was on this day in 1958 when DRDO was formed to make India strong and self-reliant in terms of science and technology, and especially in military technologies. In the span of 63 years, the organization has transformed the landscape of defence research and development in the country. Talking exclusively to All India Radio, the chairman of DRDO, Dr. G. Satish Reddy, said that the last year was the year of major breakthroughs and accomplishments even under difficult situation posed due to COVID-19. Talking about the role of DRDO in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, the DRDO chief highlighted the frontline tasks performed by his organization in the fight against the disease. He said over 850 oxygen plants have been set up by DRDO with the help from PM CARES Fund, and many COVID-centric hospitals have been set up across the country, besides developing a medicine named 2DG. Dr. G. Satish Reddy said the synergy with the defence industry in the country in terms of development and production has reached to new heights, with over 175 transfers of technologies happened in the last 1 year in 2021. On the issue of development of indigenous hypersonic cruise missile, which was recently called upon by the Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh in the recent seminar of DRDO, the chairman said organization is working rigorously to achieve hypersonic systems and also working on the 5th generation advanced combat aircraft. The DRDO chairman informed that the organization has initiated significant steps in popularizing defense studies among students in the country. Talking about the Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi's clarion call to make India self-reliant or Atmanirbhar, the DRDO chairman reiterated the commitment of his organization to make the country world leader and net exporter in the field of defense research and production in the coming years.
In the coming year, we need to develop many technologies which actually world has not seen, and we want to come out with the technologies not lagging with the world, but we want to lead the world, and also see that our industries are able to export the products what have been developed to the entire world, and we are working towards that goal.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to transfer 10th installment of PM Kisan scheme to the bank accounts of more than 10 crore farmers today. Registration for COVID vaccination of children between 15 and 18 years to begin today on CoWIN portal. India's vaccination coverage crosses 145 crore mark. At least 12 killed and 13 injured in a stampede at Mata Vaishno Devi Bhavan near Katra in Jammu and Kashmir. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan to launch 100-day reading campaign Pade Bharat today. DRDO celebrates its 64th Foundation Day today. New Year celebrations remain subdued across the globe amid concern over COVID. And in cricket, India lift Under-19 Asia Cup, beating Sri Lanka by 9 wickets in Dubai. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay the foundation stone of Major Dhyan Sports University at Meerut in Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. The university will be established at Salawa and Kaili villages of Sardhana town in Meerut at an estimated cost of about 700 crore rupees. The sports university will be equipped with modern and state-of-the-art sports infrastructure, including synthetic hockey ground, football ground, basketball, volleyball, handball, kabaddi ground, lawn tennis court, gymnasium hall, synthetic running stadium, swimming pool, multi-purpose hall and a cycling velodrome. The university will also house facilities for shooting, squash, gymnastics, weightlifting, archery, canoeing and kayaking among other facilities. The interest rate on various small savings schemes has been kept unchanged for the fourth quarter of this financial year. The Finance Ministry said the rates of interest on small savings schemes from the 1st of January to the 31st of March 2022 will remain unchanged.
And now let's listen to a special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
The first day of the new year is an occasion for greetings. It's a harbinger of those memories of persons and events too that put their mark on the destiny of times. Mahadev Desai, who remained Mahatma Gandhi's personal secretary for 25 years, was born on the 1st of January in 1892 at Surat. His dedication to Mahatma Gandhi is exemplary to the world. He maintained a diary from the 13th of November 1917 to the 14th of August 1942, the day before his death, chronicling his life with Gandhi.
Verrier Elwin wrote of him, he was in fact Home and Foreign Secretary combined. He managed everything and must have saved 10 years of Gandhi's life by diverting from him unwanted visitors.
Mahadev Desai first met Gandhi in 1915 when he sought Gandhiji's advice on how best to publish one of his books. In 1917, Desai joined Gandhi Ashram and also accompanied Gandhiji to Champaran. When the colonial government arrested Gandhiji in 1919, he named Desai as his heir. In 1920, Motilal Nehru requisitioned the services of Mahadev Desai from Gandhi to run his newspaper, The Independent, from Allahabad. When the British government confiscated the printing press, Desai created a sensation by bringing out a handwritten newspaper. In 1921, Desai was sentenced to 1 year of rigorous imprisonment for his writings. In prison, Desai saw that the jail authorities mistreated prisoners, frequently flogging them. His report describing life inside the jail, published in Young India and Navjeevan, compelled the British authorities to bring about drastic jail reform measures.
Following his release in 1933, he was rearrested and detained in the Belgaum jail. It was during this time in prison that he wrote Gita According to Gandhi, which was posthumously published in 1946. He also played a role in organizing people's movements in the princely states of Rajkot and Mysore in 1939. Desai was also in charge of selecting satyagrahis during the individual satyagrah of 1940. Following the Quit India Declaration of the 8th of August 1942, he was arrested on the morning of 9th of August 1942 and interred with Gandhi at the Aga Khan Palace till his death 6 days later due to a massive heart attack.
When Desai stopped breathing, Gandhi called out to him in agitation, "Mahadev! Mahadev!" When Gandhiji was later asked why he had done so, he answered, "I felt that if Mahadev opened his eyes and looked at me, I would tell him to get up. He had never disobeyed me in his life, I was confident that if he had heard those words, he would have defied even death and got up. Gandhi himself washed Desai's body, and he was cremated on the Aga Khan Palace grounds, where his Samadhi lies today. We pay tribute to a man who symbolized great devotion in the work destiny assigned to him. On the 1st of January 1848, India's first school for girls was started at Bhidewada in Pune by Mahatma Jyotiba Phule and Savitribai Phule.
Mahatma Jyotirao Phule had realized that education of women and depressed classes was vital to their emancipation.
The school created outrage among the conservatives, and due to social pressure, the Phule couple was sent out of their home. Thus, the school was stopped for some time. During this period, their friend Usman Sheikh and his sister Fatima Sheikh supported them.
The Phule couple later restarted the school at Chiplung Karwada in Pune on the 3rd of July 1851. On the first day of the school, merely 8 girls were on the roll. Soon, the number began to increase. Girls from different religions, castes and socio-economic backgrounds would come to study. The couple not only taught the students but also provided them with clothes and other basic amenities which were denied to them by society.
In 1852, there were 3 Phule schools in operation. 273 girls were pursuing education in these schools.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
आजादी के आंदोलन के खजाने में ऐसे ढेरों शब्द जिन्होंने बदल दिए इतिहास, तारीख बदलने वाले लफ्जों पर आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष कार्यक्रम धरोहर हर सोमवार।
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase hallmarked gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helplines toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago. The Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, has registered a case against a pharmaceutical company and conducted a search in premises of its directors on the allegations of bank fraud of 1,600 crore rupees. CBI said that they have registered a case on a complaint from Central Bank of India and other member banks against Chandigarh-based Parabolic Drugs Limited and others, including Managing Director, other directors, guarantors on the allegations of defrauding the banks.
Around 160 Indian pilgrims selected by the Indian organizers will cross over to Pakistan through the Wagah-Atari border today to visit Teri Temple. Sources said Pakistan had planned to invite a select group of people from India to visit Teri Temple in Pakistan in a non-transparent manner. They said this was not acceptable to the Indian side and was also contrary to the spirit under which the two sides conduct pilgrimages. Sources added Indian government is fully committed to provide all assistance to the Indian pilgrims.
New Year celebrations around the world remained subdued amid concern over COVID. Australia welcomed 2022 with fireworks but fewer crowds. In New Zealand, a light show illuminated the Sky Tower and Harbour Bridge in Auckland. Fireworks lit up the Taipei skyline as Taiwan ringed in 2022. In Japan, people offered New Year prayers at the Kanda Moen Shrine in Tokyo. In Thailand, fireworks erupted over the Chao Phraya River in Bangkok.
India celebrated New Year amid concern over COVID. Restrictions were clamped across India on New Year celebrations. While festivities have been completely banned in states like Delhi and Karnataka, others have brought in strict restrictions such as curfews to control the spread of the virus. Indian tourists, however, celebrated New Year with beach parties in Goa.
President, Vice President and Prime Minister have greeted all the citizens of the country on the occasion of New Year. In his message, President Ramnath Kovind hoped that the new dawn of the new year will reinvigorate the spirit of peace, prosperity and fraternity in our lives. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also extended his greetings on New Year. In a tweet, Mr. Modi wished that this year may bring abundance of joy and good health in everyone's life. The News Services Division brings you glimpses of the year 2021 in its special year-ender series, The Year That Was. Today we take a look at Skill India. National Skill Development Mission, also known as Skill India Mission, was launched on the 15th of July 2015 to provide a strong institutional framework to implement and scale up skill development efforts across the country. Addressing the youth on the occasion of World Youth Skills Day in July last year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had stressed on the need to give impetus to the Skill India mission by adding full strength to the new institutions that were formed in the last 6 years. Mr. Modi also laid emphasis on skill development in the country, saying it is a national requirement and a major foundation for Atmanirbhar Bharat.
नई पीढ़ी के युवाओं का स्किल डेवलपमेंट एक राष्ट्रीय जरूरत है, आत्मनिर्भर भारत का बहुत बड़ा आधार है। बीते 6 वर्षों में जो आधार बना, जो नए संस्थान बने, उसकी पूरी ताकत जोड़कर हमें नए सिरे से स्किल इंडिया मिशन को गति देनी ही है।
Our correspondent reports that the Skill India program is a smart initiative that works towards the development of the country as a whole.
In cricket, India lifted the Under-19 Asia Cup by defeating Sri Lanka by 9 wickets in a rain-interrupted one-day international final in Dubai through Duckworth-Lewis stern method. Earlier, Sri Lanka opted to bat first and scored 106 for 9 in the stipulated 38 overs.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Another muted New Year Eve as tally continues to rise leads the Hindustan Times. As world rings out another COVID year, many hope for better 2022, says the Asian Age. Referring to the NEET row, the statesman informs doctors' call off strike. And finally, Rahul to lead in ODIs against South Africa. Bumrah named deputy, informs the Times of India.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to transfer 10th installment of PM Kisan scheme to the bank accounts of more than 10 crore farmers today. Registration for COVID vaccination of children between 15 and 18 years to begin today on CoWIN portal. India's vaccination coverage crosses 145 crore mark. At least 12 people killed and 13 injured in a stampede at Mata Vaishno Devi Bhavan near Katra in Jammu and Kashmir. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan to launch 100-day reading campaign Pare Bharat today. Drdo celebrates its 64th Foundation Day today. New Year celebrations remain subdued across the globe amid concern over COVID. And in cricket, India lifted Under-19 Asia Cup, beating Sri Lanka by 9 wickets in Dubai. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.